All right, in this one we're going to do an edge effect. This is a very, very popular technique. It's very, very popular with high-end photography, but we're going to apply it to weddings because it's getting very, very popular there as well. We're going to start off by opening one of the shots that we want to use. Now we're going to build a template again, so this is just kind of our basic building block. So don't get married to this photo because it's going to change. But here's the first one we're going to start. All right, the first thing we need to do is get it off its background layer and onto its own separate layer. So we're going to select all. Puts a selection around the whole photo. Then we're going to cut it off this layer and move it to its own layer by pressing Shift-Command-J, or on PC it would be Shift-Control-J. And you see it cut it off the background layer, put it on its own layer above. Now we need to add some space around. For us to be able to do an edge effect, we have to have space to see it, right? Okay, so let's add some space. Go into the Image menu to Canvas Size. So we'll bring up the Canvas Size menu. Make sure the relative checkbox is turned on. We're going to add 2 inches of width and 2 inches of height, and our color is going to be white. So we're adding white, 2 inches of white on all sides. Okay? Click OK. And now we've got our area where we can put our border. Now, step one is we've got to add a stroke around this, and that's going to kind of help us support the edges that we build. So go to the little pop-down menu here, the Layer Style pop-down menu, and choose Stroke. All right? And the dialog box appears, as you see here. What we're going to do is change our color from red to black. So click on the red color swatch and drag down to black. Now, we need to increase our size. Can I give you a little shortcut that we use? Rather than trying to hit that slider and move it right where you want it and stuff, you can either, well, I'll just tell you what the shortcut is. I won't give you a number of ways to do it. Just highlight the text real quick, then use the up and down arrow keys on your keyboard. You notice the slider moves. That's a great way. If you know the number you want or something close to the number you want, you can just really quickly get there that way. So just highlight the field, then use the up and down arrow keys. I want a 14 pixel stroke around there. And you can see the edges are rounded, so we're going to change it from the position from outside to inside, which gives us those straight ones. Okay? And we click OK. So now we've got a stroke added. You'll see it appear here. We have a stroke added to that layer. Now, how are we going to get our torn edges? What we're going to do is we're going to open other photographs and turn them into our edges. Here's how it's done. Let me slide this out of the way. Let's go open our first edge. Right here. What you're looking for when you choose these photos are, you want to find a photograph that has something straight in it, either vertically or horizontally, something straight that you can turn into an edge. And right here we'll turn the ground into an edge. Now, what we have to do is basically destroy this picture and make it look like an edge. So here we go. Image, Adjustments, and choose all the way down here at the bottom, Threshold. So we'll choose Threshold, and it brings it. You can see this kind of damage that Threshold was born to do. And we're going to drag to the left and look right down here. This is what I'm looking for, right down here. There we go. All right, so we have a really messy, nasty looking edge down there, right? Click OK when it gets really nasty looking. You're going to make a rectangular selection of the edge. Just pick an area. Maybe something like that. Okay? Something like that. And then we're going to copy that. All right, you're done with this. You can close it. Now you go back to your main image and you hit Paste. And it pastes what we copied into memory. The bad part is you can see the white area around it. But here's how we get around that. What you do is this. Go to the Layers palette. Change the blend mode of this layer from normal, which it's on now, to multiply. When you do that, it basically ignores the white. There you go. And we can just slide that out of the way. Get the Move tool, and you're going to drag this into position. If it's too long or too short, and it may well be, and in this case, it's a little too short, just go to Free Transform, press Command-T or on PC Control-T, and drag it out to fit. Something like that. All right, there we go. So there's our first edge. Now we're going to go find another photo. Luckily, I happen to have one right here. That was the top. We'll do the bottom. Well, it doesn't really matter what you do, bottom or side or whatever. All right, we'll go ahead and go to Threshold and we'll see what works. I'm looking maybe at the door or this door over here. So we'll drag the slider till we get something pretty junky. Well, there's some junk right in there. Let's get that. All right, we'll make a rectangular selection like right there. How's that? All right, copy that. And then you're done with the image. All right, you're back to your edge. Hit Paste. Change the mode to multiply, remember? There you go. And now, move this out of the way. Drag this into position on one of the edges. All right, something like that. All right, I think you see where this is going. But I have to go through it all, so just bear with me. This is a great time to grab some coffee and come back. I'm kidding, don't grab coffee. All right, we're going to grab a, where were we? Threshold. We'll drag over. What do you think? This little part here, huh? Maybe a little bit more. Looking pretty ratty. I love it. All right. We'll grab this right here. How's that? Looks pretty bad. Copy. And we'll just close the window. Paste it. And change the mode to multiply. There we go. It helps if you make that noise, by the way. All right, now, this one's not really facing the way I want it to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Free Transform. Here's the edge. Go to Free Transform. I'm going to Control-click on a Mac or right-click on a PC and choose Flip Horizontal. That way it flips my edge the opposite direction. Now I can hit Return or Enter to lock in that transformation. Then I can move it into place where I want it. There we go, right there. Now, if you have a little bit too much edge, of course, you can just go grab an eraser and erase some of it. Just make sure you use a hard-edged eraser. And say, well, I don't necessarily need all this down here. We'll just kind of get rid of that a little bit. There we go. So if it seems a little obtrusive, you can always just take a chunk out of it, huh? All right, and then we'll do one more side. And unfortunately, we have to do all four sides. What photo have we have not done? That one right there. Let's go ahead and use this one. All right, here's an image. We'll go to Threshold. And let's see what we've got. Oh, yeah, look at the horizon line. That looks pretty junky. Let's get that. A little more junk. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and grab that horizon line. Something like that. Copy the image, close it, and then paste. And we'll switch our mode to multiply. And we're going to need to flip it because it's not facing the right way. If I just drag it down here and try to use it, you can see it. I want the straight edge. You're going to want to choose this time, Free Transform, Flip Vertical. There we go. So it flips upside down. Then you can pick a spot for it if you like. Something like, well, which side looks better? Looks better over here. All right. Now, so you have your edge image in place, and that's the final image, and it looks kind of cool. Now, here's what you're going to do. You have 4 different layers up here. You're going to merge them together. The way to merge them together is just press Command E, 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 and it merges them together. Every time you hit Command E, or on PC it would be Control E, it merges them. So all your edges now are in one place, on one layer. Now, go to your bride layer here, remember? Now you put a stroke around her. So what we're going to do is I want to leave the stroke, but remove the fill. So just lower the fill amount, watch, and she just goes away. Now you have your template created, okay? So you're going to want to target the background layer and save this as a template. All right, now, so then a week later you shoot a different wedding. You get the new photo from the new wedding. All right, here's the new photo from the new wedding. You get the photo, you drag it in, and you're there. I held the Shift key so it appeared in the center of the image automatically. As you drag, if you hold the Shift key, it appears in the middle. And look at that. You've got an edge that you can use anytime and just drop it right in there. So that's another little way to add some visual interest. It's very, very easy to do. And again, because it's a template, once you set it up, doing the next week's wedding and the next week's and the next week's is a no-brainer.